In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on September 21st, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Washington Nationals versus Atlanta Braves. The Washington Nationals and the Atlanta Braves wrap up their 3-game series on Wednesday afternoon in Atlanta. The Nationals pitching staff continues to be a launching pad for Braves home runs as the Atlanta batsmen pad their stats versus the last-place Nats. The Braves sit with a 93-55 record overall, and they have won 5 games in a row. Over the last 5 games, the offense has given up only 11 runs total, and they need to continue the success with the pitching in this game. The Braves offense has been the strength this season, averaging 4.94 runs per game, which is 3rd in the league. Austin Riley has hit 37 home runs and driven in 92 RBI. On the other side of this matchup is the Nationals, who sit with a 51-97 record overall, and they have lost 3 games in a row. Over the last 3 games, the Nationals have scored only 5 runs total, and they need to find a way to get the offense going here. The Nationals' offense hasn't been great this season, but even worse has been the pitching. The Nationals are giving up 5.3 runs per game, which is 29th in the league. Max Fried was originally supposed to make the start in this one, but he's been placed on the 7-day concussion injury list following a rough fall in the Mets game on Saturday. That'll leave it up to Elder, who only has 1 start since mid-August. That said, lately Elder has done pretty well when he's out there, with just 1 earned over his last 13 innings. If he can post a decent showing here, the Braves should be just fine. So the Atlanta Braves money line is our full game side pick. These teams have been doing well on the mound throughout the month of September, as Washington is 17th in the sport with a 4.39 team earned run average in 17 games, while Atlanta is 5th in the majors with a 2.94 team earned run average in 16 games. Looking at the bullpens, the Nationals are 19th in the majors with a 4.1 bullpen earned run average this season, while the Braves are currently 5th in the league with a 3.14 reliever earned run average up to this point. Atlanta has surprisingly played consistently to the under in their last 10 games, going 7-3 to the under. In Gray's 1 start against the Braves, he handled the Braves' powerful lineup very well. I don't think he shuts them down completely, but I don't think the Braves will run away from the Nats in this one. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. New York Mets versus Milwaukee Brewers. The New York Mets face the Milwaukee Brewers, with both teams looking to wrap up strong seasons. The Mets have a 95-55 record, and with 6 wins in a row have already clinched a spot in the playoffs, while the Brewers have a 78-70 record, but with a 28-27 second half record, are on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. For the upcoming game, the Mets will turn to Taijuan Walker as their starting pitcher, who has only allowed 3 runs in his last 2 starts, while the Brewers will turn to Adrian Houser to start the game. This is going to be a great game between 2 of the National League's best teams. The Brewers are looking to make a late push for the playoffs, but the Mets, who are in a fight for their division and a first-round bye, look to dominate this game from the first inning. The Mets look to build off a 7-run game and drive in runs at will, with Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, and the rest of the lineup making hard contact and crushing the ball against Adrian Houser and the rest of the Brewers pitchers to easily play base runners. The Mets should also limit the Brewers lineup, with Taijuan Walker building off 2 starts where he's only allowed 3 runs and pitched multiple strong innings to allow the bullpen to close out the game with a comfortable lead. I am seeing a ton of value on New York as a slight favorite on Wednesday afternoon, particularly with this pitching matchup. The Mets should have a strong performance on the road to close out the series strong, so the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. The Brewers, who average 4.53 runs per game, should easily play base runners, with Hunter Renfroe, Rowdy Tellez, and the rest of the lineup making contact against Taijuan Walker and the Mets pitchers to constantly drive in runs. The Mets, who average 4.71 runs per game, should run up the score, with Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, Francisco Lindor, and the rest of the lineup swinging for the fences and crushing the ball at will against the Brewers pitchers to circle the bases at will. The Mets have been playing high-scoring games of late, cashing the the over in 5 consecutive road games heading into Tuesday's game. Their lineup should have continued success against Hauser on Wednesday afternoon, as he has struggled with command and consistency throughout the year. He walked 4 batters and allowed 5 runs in his last start, so a similar performance on Wednesday would not be a surprise. Walker has not been a shutdown pitcher over the past 2 months either, making the over look a solid bet on Wednesday. New York has gone over in 12 of its last 18 games, while Milwaukee has gone over in 5 of its last 7 games. Both teams have been carried by their lineups, and the upcoming game should reflect that, with teams driving in runs from the first pitch. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Cubs versus Miami Marlins. The Chicago Cubs will be taking on the Miami Marlins on Wednesday in the final game of a 3-game series. This will be the final series between these teams during the season, so it will be an interesting matchup here. Marcus Stroman will take the ball for the Cubs as Jesus Luzardo makes the start for the Marlins. This was originally supposed to be Drew Smyly's spot in the rotation, but the Cubs moved up Stroman due to Smyly's shoulder fatigue issues. In any case, Stroman is coming off a nice win over Colorado with 3 hits, 1 earned and 2 walks in 7 innings. In these pitchers' last 7 starts, Marcus Stroman is 1-2 with a 2.9 earned run average in 40.1 innings, while Jesus Luzardo is 0-3 with a 4.2 earned run average in 40.2 innings of work. These bullpens have been very similar over the course of the season, as the Marlins have a .258 batting average against their bullpen arms, while the Cubs have a .244 batting average against their relievers. The offenses in the previous 28 games are not producing runs well, as the Cubs are averaging 3.25 runs per game, while the Marlins are scoring 3.21 runs per game. Stroman should be able to post another solid outing, and the Cubs should be in a good spot when he leaves. The offense will have to get past Luzardo, however. He's coming off a decent start as well. Seeing the way these teams are trending, it is hard to imagine anything but the Cubs picking up a W on getaway day. So the Chicago Cubs money line is our full game side pick. Chicago has been a decent offensive team overall this season, especially considering the lack of star power in its lineup. However, the Cubs have been cold at the plate over the last 2 weeks, going under the total in 9 of their last 11 games. They are facing a solid starting pitcher on Wednesday, as Luzardo has been recording quality starts almost every time he has appeared of late. Miami's lineup is among the worst in the majors, so Stroman should have another solid outing of his own. This can come as a surprise, but these offenses are not doing too well and shouldn't expect to score runs. On Tuesday night, these teams combined for 3 total runs, so scoring should not be expected here, despite some decent names appearing in the lineup. Both pitchers have been doing well in the second half of the year, as Stroman is pitching to a 2.95 earned run average, while Luzardo has a 3.59 earned run average in those games. These teams have gone under the total in 4 of their last 5 head-to-head meetings, and I do not think anything is going to change on Wednesday night. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.